welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today I'm bringing you along to make sweetened condensed milk bread. I know, right? So Heather over at the Kneady Homesteader hit me up and she's like, have you seen this video? And I was like, yeah, I have it saved. I was planning on making it. And then we talked to Angie over at Angie's Pantry. She had seen it. Mandy over at More to Life had seen it. So we all said, you know what? We're all going to make it. And we're all going to make videos. So this is my version of it. I pretty much followed the recipe straight through, so nothing fancy. But I'm going to show you how I made it. I'll put links to the other videos if they're already out. I'll put those up above and down below. As you all know, I'm not a super experienced bread maker, so I just thought this would be a fun new bread to try. It seemed fairly easy and straightforward. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, I will turn you guys around, show you what I'm working with, and we'll move on from there. Folks, welcome back. So I've got everything laid out here. I'm going to kind of walk through the process with you guys real quick. So what we're going to do is add in our wet ingredients. I have a cup of milk here that I brought to room temperature. So we're going to get that in there first. Trying to get all of it in there. Okay. And then I've got a quarter of a cup of sweetened condensed milk. Again, I want to get all the goodness in there. Alright. There we go. Get all that in there. I have got 2.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I've got 1 egg. Okay, so all of that in the mixer, and I am going to grab a whisk and just give this a little zhuzh to get this all together. I know I could use the paddle, but I just don't feel like, changing attachments. So, alright, everything's in. Now, the next thing I have is 3¼ cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put that right in on top. Get all that in there. Get my bowl on my mixer. Get my dough hook on. Alright, and then I'll lift up my bowl, and then I'm going to put this on a 2, and I'm going to let this mix until it starts to come together in a dough ball, and then I'll show you guys the next. Okay guys, welcome back. As you can see, this has come together in a dough ball, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. I've got 1/4 cup of softened butter here, and I'm going to go ahead and get that in the mixer. And make sure we again get all the goodness out of there. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to let this incorporate, and then I'm going to let this knead for 5 to 7 minutes. And I'll bring you folks back and show you what it looks like. Okay, folks, welcome back. I let this knead for 5 minutes exactly. I'm going to go ahead and get this out on the board here. And I'm just going to give it a couple, just to make sure it comes together. Alright. This. Okay. And then we got a dough ball here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bowl and put a little drizzle of oil in the bottom of there. I'm going to turn this in here. Get it so that it's got a coating of oil on it just so it doesn't dry out. And then I'm going to cover this with a warm, damp dish towel, like a tea towel or a flour sack towel. and I'm going to put it in my oven with the light on, and I'm going to let this proof for 1 hour, and I will bring you folks back at the next step. Okay folks, we're back. It's been just about an hour, and our dough has definitely doubled in size. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the bowl here. We're going to tap this down a little bit here. Trying to get a rectangle. Alright. And then we'll take our dough scraper. We're going to cut this in half. Alright. We'll set this one aside for a minute. This one we'll leave here. Grab the rolling pin. I'm going to give this a little roll out. Doesn't have to be super thin, just kind of maybe 1/4 of an inch, something like that. And then we're going to just take it from the end and we're going to roll it up nice and tight. Okay. And then when we get to the end, we're going to take this and kind of stretch it out, and we're going to pinch, 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 pinch. Give it a roll here. Give it another little extra pinch, pinch. One more roll. End's looking good, and we're good to go. So then what we're going to do, the original recipe calls to cut this into 7, but yeah, uneven numbers. Too difficult for me. So I'm going to do 8 because that I can manage. Alright, so we got our 8 little pieces here, and I got a pan that I already sprayed. This is a 7x4 pan, which is what the recipe calls for. So we're going to get those in there. We're going to do the same with the second piece, and then I'm going to put these back under a damp, warm towel, and I'm going to let these proof for another hour. And then I will bring you folks back when we're getting ready to put these in the oven. Okay folks, we're back. It's been just about an hour, and these have doubled in size. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to hit them with a good egg wash. And that's just 1 egg beaten up with a few drops of water. And we're just going to give it a good coat. And all this does is gives it a nice shine, makes it brown up beautifully. You know, if you are averse to it, you could leave it off. It's just going to look a little different, but it'll probably taste the same. But it does have a nice effect when it bakes. So it doesn't take a whole lot. You just want to get it covered the best you can. Alright, so now I am going to get these into a preheated 325 degree oven. It's going to take 20 to 22 minutes, and then I will bring these out and I will show you the final result. Okay folks, we're back. It has been 24 minutes, and I just pulled these out of the oven, and I am going to tip them out onto the cooling rack here. Because I think it'll be easier to glaze them on the rack. So, now, ooh, those are nice. Alright, so the glaze, which I have here, is just simply 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk. And I'm going to use my little brush here. And we're just going to brush this all over the top. Give this a nice coating. And this is just going to enhance the sweetness of this bread that it gets naturally from the sweetened condensed milk that was in the batter. So or in the dough, I guess, technically. I'm going to hit the ends with it, because why not? And these are really, really beautiful. So what I'm going to do is finish brushing these, and then I'm going to let these cool, and I will come back and show you folks what the inside of this looks like after it's had a chance to cool down, and you know, we'll be ready to give it a taste test. I might even hit these with another coat, but I will bring you folks back and show you what the finished product looks like and see. Okay folks, I'm back. We have let these sit for actually a good couple hours, so I'm just going to break this right in the middle here so you can see what that looks like in the center. It's like super moist dough. And I'm going to peel this apart here and just look at that. It's definitely a dessert bread. So I'm going to try a piece here. Alright. Oh man. That is really, really good. This is definitely a treat. I mean, this is a super rich, super moist bread. So, I mean, this is not an everyday thing, but it is well worth trying. So, I hope you folks give this a try. I hope you like this video. Remember to check out the links to the other videos up down below. And if you did like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Come back and see us soon. And as always, I hope you had a great day.